Welcome to this beginner-friendly guide on C# version control with Git. Understanding version control is crucial for any developer, especially when working on C# projects. Version control systems, or VCS, track changes to files over time, allowing you to revert to previous versions, collaborate seamlessly, and manage project history effectively. The importance of VCS cannot be overstated. It provides a safety net, facilitates teamwork, and helps maintain a clear record of all modifications made to your codebase. There are two main types: centralized VCS, where a single server holds all versions, and distributed VCS, like Git, where every developer has a complete copy of the repository. Git stands out as a distributed version control system due to its speed, powerful branching capabilities, and robust support for distributed development workflows. It's important to distinguish Git from GitHub. Git is the version control system itself, while GitHub is a web-based hosting service for Git repositories. To begin, you'll need to install Git on your system. Visit the official Git website and download the installer appropriate for your operating system. Follow the installation wizard's prompts, generally accepting the default options to complete the setup process. Once installed, open your command prompt or terminal and type Git version to verify that Git is correctly installed and accessible. Next, configure your username and email, which will be associated with your commits. Use git config global user.name, your name, and git config global user.email, your .email at example.com. Now, let's initialize a new Git repository for your C# project. Navigate to your project's root directory in the terminal and run git init. This command creates a hidden .git directory, which contains all the necessary files for Git to track your project's history. After making changes to your C# code, you need to stage them. Staging prepares your modifications to be included in the next commit. Use git add file name to stage specific files or git add to stage all changes in the current directory. Once changes are staged, you commit them to the repository. A commit is a snapshot of your project at a specific point in time. Execute git commit your meaningful commit message here to create a commit. Always write clear and descriptive messages. Meaningful commit messages are vital for understanding your project's history. They should explain what changed and why. Best practice suggests making small, atomic commits. Each commit should ideally address a single logical change, making it easier to review and revert. For C# projects, you'll often have files that shouldn't be tracked by Git, such as build artifacts or user-specific settings. This is where gitignore comes in. Create a file named .gitignore in your project's root directory. List patterns for files and folders you want Git to ignore. You can generate a .gitignore file specifically for C# using .NET New Gitignore or find templates online for common C# project types. To view your project's history, use git log. This command displays a chronological list of all commits, including their hash, author, date, and message. You can customize git log with options like one line for a concise view or graph to visualize branching history. Branching is a core Git feature, allowing you to diverge from the main line of development to work on new features or bug fixes without affecting the stable codebase. To create a new branch, use git branch name. For example, git branch feature /new login. To switch to your new branch, use git checkout branch name or the newer git switch branch name. Once your work on a branch is complete, you'll merge it back into the main branch, typically main or master. First, switch to your target branch, then run git merge source branch name. For instance, git merge feature /new login. Sometimes, merging can lead to conflicts if the same lines of code were modified differently in both branches. Git will notify you of these conflicts. You'll need to manually resolve these conflicts by editing the affected files, choosing which changes to keep, and then staging and committing the resolution. Branching strategies, like Git Flow or GitHub Flow, provide structured ways to manage branches in larger teams, ensuring a consistent and efficient workflow. To collaborate, you'll connect your local repository to a remote one, often hosted on platforms like GitHub. First, create a new repository on GitHub. Do not initialize it with a README or a gitignore if you've already done so locally. Then, Add the remote origin to your local repository using git remote add origin repository URL. Finally, push your local changes to the remote repository with git push uorigin branch name. The U flag sets the upstream branch. A basic Git workflow involves making changes, staging them, committing, and then pushing to your remote repository. When collaborating, you'll often create a pull request on GitHub after pushing your feature branch. This initiates a code review process. During code reviews, teammates examine your changes, provide feedback, and suggest improvements, ensuring code quality and consistency. Once approved, the pull request can be merged into the main branch, integrating your feature into the project's stable codebase. Here are some helpful tips and best practices for using Git effectively in your C# development. Commit frequently and early. Smaller, more frequent commits make it easier to track changes and pinpoint issues. Always use branches for new features or bug fixes. This isolates your work and prevents disrupting the main development line. Write clear, concise, and descriptive commit messages. They are your project's narrative and crucial for understanding history. Embrace code reviews. They improve code quality, share knowledge, and catch potential bugs before they become bigger problems. Regularly pull changes from the remote repository to keep your local branch in sync with the team's progress. Never commit sensitive information like API keys or passwords directly into your repository. Use environment variables or secure configuration management. In summary, Git is an indispensable tool for C# developers, offering robust version control, seamless collaboration, and a clear project history. We've covered installation, configuration, basic workflows like staging and committing, branching, merging, and connecting to remote repositories. Practice these concepts regularly to build your proficiency. The more you use Git, the more intuitive it will become. For further learning, explore advanced Git commands, delve deeper into branching strategies, and consider contributing to open-source projects. Thank you for watching this guide. Happy coding with Git!